Good Friday afternoon, Houston. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Kim Castro. Wow, the sunshine is back. Today is going to be a beauty of a day. If you haven't been able to step outside, it's a crime. If you don't, look at the shot at Herman Park, and temperatures have dropped very nicely. 79 degrees right now. This is a look at current conditions at Bush Intercontinental Airport. A little bit of humidity out there, but dew points are also dropping. So 79 feels like 80, so almost feels what the actual temperature reflects. The breeze coming in out of the north, which means this is a drying and a cooling breeze. Right now it's at 14 miles an hour. That is a big improvement from how we spent our overnight in this early morning. We had some heavy downpours. Maybe it relaxed you as you were sleeping, the sound of the rain, or maybe it woke you up. It definitely got a little bit stormy in a couple spots. Neeville picked up about 1.25 inches of rain. Sugarland 3/4 of an inch of rain. In the Loop and the Beltway, we saw that swath dump down some healthy totals. Alameda 1 inch, Bel Air close to that. Downtown Houston, about 1.1 inches. Brookhaven, about 1 inch too. Gulf Crest, 1.5. Magnolia Park, a little more than that. Jacinto City, if you live there, you got 1.5 inches of rainfall, and then 2 inches just about for Barrett. So good widespread rain again for the overnight hours. Now we've had back-to-back days of quite a bit of rainfall. Now, we'll have to check back in with the drought monitor that gets updated next Thursday to see how we're doing with all the rain that we got this week. Your hourly forecast looks like this. Temperatures are going to climb into the low 80s. I think we just max out at 82 degrees though. Notice mostly sunny skies. This day is getting better and better. I think if you have your plans all the way through 7, 8 o'clock, you should be fine. Now, one word to the wise is that if you are going to have late Friday night plans, say you're out and about 9, 10, maybe 11 o'clock in the evening too, not a bad idea to carry an umbrella. We do have a little lingering moisture, so there's a low pressure system that's parked just to our east, so the wraparound moisture from this spinning low is going to continue to spit out some moisture. So just scattered isolated showers, that's it. Starting off your Saturday though, we're nice and clear, so if you have early Saturday plans like I intend on going on a Saturday morning run, I will be good to go. The 20% chance that we've got for tomorrow is mainly for the afternoon. And then notice what happens after that. The rain chances start to completely die down. I've put in a 10% on Sunday because that's a really important day, so I don't want you to be caught off guard in case you do feel a sprinkle out there. But by that point, I think the air is pretty dry, so most of us are actually going to stay rain-free. And then you'll notice going into next week, we do not have to worry about the rain anymore. We got it out of the way this week. What is Mother's Day going to look like? I'm not going to tease you about it any longer. The temperatures couldn't be better. I mean, we're talking about a high of 78 degrees. That is probably going to go down as the top 10 days of the year. I think that is the sweet spot. Not too warm by any standards and not too chilly either. I get cold pretty easily, so 78 degrees is great. Again, that 10% chance for a little sprinkle, but for the most part, air is dry and you'll feel that. It's not going to feel as humid this weekend. Dew points are going to be great. And that's just the effect of that north breeze being continuously flung in our direction. So wind is going to be at around 10 to 15 miles an hour for today. Same breeze for tomorrow. And then once again, we're tracking a nice north breeze even as we head into our Sunday. So as we continue to see the dry air saturating us or filling in the low, mid, and upper levels of the atmosphere, we'll notice that dew points start to drop off. So you'll notice dew points for today are in the upper 50s. So teetering on the line of a little humid to comfortable. And then as we head into Saturday, similar feeling, but Saturday night into Sunday, that's when we'll start to see those dew points drop into the low 50s, maybe even some upper 40s out there. So bone dry, you might need your chapstick and a little extra lotion. High temperatures over the next 3 days are going to be below average. Take advantage of that. We don't say that all too often in Houston, especially as we start approaching those very toasty summer months. Today's high 82 degrees, slightly below average, and then Saturday and Sunday pretty considerably under the mark for us, 76 degrees. That is going to be the coolest day of our 7-day forecast. So if you like it on the chilly side, Saturday is the day that you want to get outside and pencil in your outdoor activities despite that 20% chance. It's not going to be what we've seen the last few days where it's widespread heavy downpours. At this point, we're really starting to see the rain potential fizzle out. It'll be more scattered to isolated in nature. And then Sunday, don't be scared off by that 10%. If you had something for mom planned outside, at most, you'll feel a very light passing shower, and then that is it. You'll see some good sunshine this weekend and some nice puffy clouds out there. It always makes for a pretty view, I think. Okay, future track radar looks like this for your weekend. We start off dry on Saturday morning. Like I told you, you're free to do your outdoor walks or runs, whatever you like to do first thing Saturday morning. As you're perhaps running errands, going to lunch plans, moving around Houston at around lunchtime might bring you an isolated shower, but it'll be quick. So noon to 4, that's the time frame I would monitor for a couple of these showers. And then beyond that, they just start to drop off. We are nice and dry for your Saturday night plans. And then notice what happens on Sunday. I told you there was a low kind of parked right to our east. The wraparound moisture wants to bring in one more chance, but for the most part, I think it's going to impact our far eastern cities and counties. So Liberty to Anahuac, really getting more into Beaumont. Could one of these kind of sneak down here, the North Freeway, getting towards Harris County? Yeah, it's possible, but you'll notice even future track reflectivity is really light green, so that would signal not a lot of juice in the atmosphere, and perhaps Virga. So that is rain that evaporates before reaching the ground. So I think that's a possibility for your Sunday, especially with how dry we're going to be with the back-to-back days tracking that nice north breeze. By Sunday afternoon and definitely into Sunday night, the rain is a thing of the past. Let's break down your Saturday planner first. 66 degrees. Again, sunny to start off the day. By noon, you could see an isolated shower, but all in all, the afternoon is nice and mild. It is beautiful. So this is the nice side of this low pressure system. It brought us some pretty wild storms with a lot of heavy rain, some gusty wind, even some spots saw some hail earlier on in the week. Now it's much more friendly. Now it's bringing us the cooler temperatures and very isolated shower chances for this weekend. Now, as this pushes towards the east, what's going to take its place? This big dome of high pressure. High pressure brings subsidence, which means dry sinking air, and that suppresses shower development. It also nudges the jet stream to the north, and so storm systems are going to ride well off to our north and east. So eventually by Monday, there could be some activity in the panhandle, but that's going to curve away from us because high pressure is going to take control. We all know what else high pressure brings, and it is a rapid rise in temperatures. So when I say take advantage of what we got going on this weekend, I mean it, because from here on out, it is going to get warm. Not just warm for, the month of May, but actually we're speeding the clock up now. Now it's going to start to feel more like June, even early July with those 90s. We know that we get much hotter than this though. We have many triple-digit days during the summer, so even this will be okay. We'll be manageable. By the way, our record high temperature in Houston is 109 degrees. I will never forget it. Wasn't this past summer, but the summer before that. We hit it 2 times. Now that was hot. 82 degrees from today. We take it down to 76 tomorrow, continuing to drop temperatures at least for the mornings. Look at that, 59 degrees to start off on your Mother's Day Sunday. So if you've got early plans, don't forget to tell your mom to bring a nice little sweater. You want her to be comfortable on Mother's Day. High temperature makes it up to 78 degrees. Another cool, really comfortable start to your work week. 58 degrees on Monday morning. 84 is the high. This is still a lovely day. Tuesday, that's when things start to get a little bit warm. 66 to start off the morning, and that high temperature in the upper 80s. No escaping the 90s from there on out. Look at Wednesday, 90 degrees for a high temperature there, 91 on Thursday, and I gotta point this out, I just have to. The morning low on Thursday, so that's your starting point, 75 degrees. That's warm, that's humid, that's Houston for you. All right, have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day to all the